Hello, friends. Thank you, everyone, for your support. It's very encouraging. We meet on a daily basis with the YouTube Shorts. But I do like to interact with all of you in front of the camera and today I'm going to make a little bit longer video because there is a concept that I learned just yesterday, and I want to share this with you. And here's the deal. There was a time, especially during the lockdown, when I was very stressed about job, about future, about the virus, about health, about overall happiness, mental health, physical health, everything, even finance. The thing is that this is the time when I, try to turn inward, and I, discovered spirituality, and I started binge watching a lot of spiritual content, a lot of things on the spiritual side to understand what life really is. Yesterday, I read this book which is called Inner Management by Sadhguru. As you all know, Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev. So this book, although the content is covered in the Inner Engineering book, but this book is from 2006, and today we are going to discuss all the things that I've learned from this book using my notes, which are in front of me. Now, the first thing that the book really describes is that the quality of life does not depend on what car you own, what house, or what's the size of your house, or what shoes are you wearing. There's a lot of shoe culture nowadays, but the quality of life actually depends on something that is internal. How well you manage your body, your mind, your emotions, and the energies of your body on a day-to-day basis. How well do I manage these? What do I do to take care of myself? This is what really decides the quality of life. According to me, all the other stuff, you have 2 or 3 cars, nowadays people have so many pairs of shoes. I mean, footwear has become the new luxury. Expensive shoes, and people have racks of shoes, a lot of them. All of these things are quantity of life. Money, fame, likes, subscribers on YouTube, everything. This is all quantity. The quality stuff is how healthy you are. There's no use of me being in a Mercedes or a BMW, but I've got diabetes, I've got blood pressure issues, I've got heart issues. What's the use if I'm in a hospital and my Mercedes is outside? I'm not going to be able to enjoy that, right? On the mind state, how well is your mental health? What are your feelings? Most people who have made it successful, as I've been studying, and it also describes in this book, is that the one who's not achieved anything is sad. Okay, we get it. But the one who has achieved is not really that happy, because there's always anticipation of the future, that what if whatever I have made will be taken away, or I will lose this, or in the future I might make a wrong decision and I lose all my investments. This anticipation of the future, this is a reason why even the rich are not completely happy and fulfilled in their life. The reality is, a lot of times you'll see that, people are lonely, and there's no shock why a lot of the rich people also have certain form of situations where they go through separation, death, uh, drug abuse. There are so many different kind of problems. So clearly happiness is not something that is on the outside. Happiness is what you perceive within you of the external world. Because I might like London, or I might like Lanzarote, which is an island. Everybody has a different perspective. Internally, something different happens, right? Now, when it comes to talking about stress management, then see, in this book, it's clearly described that you can manage your relationships, finance, bank, everything. But the last thing that you want is, to manage stress. Because if all these things are giving you stress, then what's the point of all these things? What's the point of being in a relationship which is giving you stress? What's the point of having so much wealth which is giving you stress? What's the point of having invested so and so amount in your stocks which is giving you stress? No use. So the problem is that I myself take the stress. So the problem is mine. The stock market is just going to be the way it is, ups and downs all the time. So it comes from a lack of inner management. Body, mind, emotions, energies, thoughts, these have to be managed. Coming to the next point is that, yes, inner management is more important than external management for long-term sustainability, but it also leads to a stress-free life. I mean, how many of you would love to have all that you've got without or with minimum stress? See, minimum stress is not bad. You can go for weight training. I go for cardio or something. There is a little bit of stress over there, but chronic stress is not good. We all know that, right? The fact is, this is one of the truths which is also described in the Bhagavad Gita, is that external situations will never be 100% in your control. So now the question is, what should be in my control? My state in any situation has to be in my own control. Because if my boss, if my team members, even if my family members and the society is not in my control, the least I can do is try to manage myself in such a way that I can live a good quality life, and that's all we are trying to pursue as a human being. Is why do I like sweets? Why do I like expensive clothes or traveling? Is for happiness, right? But the best way is to be happy internally. The only time when a person can remain undisturbed internally is when you have calm and composure with who you are as a person. What are your values? What are your ethics? And only then can you really thrive in your own room in your own house. You don't need to go to New York or some other place to find that. The problems in today's world are not really created by others. The problem is created when I don't pay enough attention to myself and to what's going on in my mind, in my body, and my energies. Aspiration is just a starting point, but the only way that you will achieve something, that we will achieve something together, is by increasing the capabilities. The answer is your aspirations and your ambitions. The answer is increasing capabilities. Management is best in the external sense. It is best if me as a manager, I can inspire others to give their best rather than trying to control them. Effective management is that I enable, I give support, and I lend everything that is required for a person to behave just the way he or she is, and to become the highest possibility of themselves. So here was the video. Let me summarize all of this. Number one, the quality of life is determined by how you have managed yourself internally, not externally. Number two, your aspirations will come true, and the process is to increase your own capabilities. Whether it's a sport, it's a skill, it's anything. The answer is increase capabilities, learn, have belief in yourself and patience, and you will get there some or the other day. We don't know which day, but we do know that you will get there. And the third point would be that if you are a manager, manage your team in such a way that every player gives the best of what they can truly give, rather than with a remote control trying to control each and every team member. And yes, the fourth point would be to manage stress. You don't need to really manage stress. You just need to manage business, relationships, your daily life routine, and eventually the stress itself will be managed. If the stress does not arise in the first place, if I pay enough attention to what's going on inside. So that was the conclusion. I hope you got a new perspective, or a better perspective than what you had. And thank you all for the support. I will see you soon, every day in the shorts. Please don't forget to like, share, or subscribe. If you like the content, you are free to do that. This is just my humble request. Thank you.